Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Chushna Borua bringing to you the headlines first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 9th G20 Parliamentary Speakers Summit, says this is a time for peace and brotherhood. First flight under Operation Ajay carrying 212 Indian nationals from Israel arrives at Delhi airport this morning. ECI issues notification for assembly elections in Mizoram and first phase assembly elections in Chhattisgarh. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma inaugurates first Made in Meghalaya LED assembling unit, encourages everyone to buy Made in Meghalaya LED bulbs. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh sets target of 246 runs against New Zealand at Chipok Stadium in Chennai. Prime Minister Narendra Modi underlined that the world full of conflicts and confrontations cannot benefit anyone, and this is a time for peace and brotherhood. Inaugurating the 9th G20 Parliamentary Speakers Summit in New Delhi today, Modi said that a divided world cannot provide solutions to the challenges present before it. He added that it is time to move forward together for development and the welfare of all. He further stated that terrorism in any form, anywhere and for any reason is against humanity.
भाईचारे का समय है, साथ मिलकर चलने का समय है, साथ आगे बढ़ने का समय है। यह सबके विकास और कल्याण का समय है। हमें वैश्विक विश्वास के संकट को दूर करना होगा और मानव केंद्रित सोच पर आगे बढ़ना होगा। कुछ दिनों पहले ही भारत की पार्लियामेंट ने एक बहुत बड़ा निर्णय लिया है। भारत ने अपनी पार्लियामेंट और स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबलीज में महिलाओं को 33% रिजर्वेशन देने का निर्णय लिया है। भारत में लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नेंस इंस्टीट्यूशंस में करीब 32 लाख यानी 3 मिलियन से अधिक इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं। इनमें से करीब 50% विमेन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं। भारत आज हर सेक्टर में विमेन पार्टिसिपेशन को बढ़ावा दे रहा है। हमारी संसद द्वारा लिया गया हाल का फैसला हमारी संसदीय परंपरा को और समृद्ध करेगा।
In another event, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the concluding ceremony of the Amethi Sansad Khel Pratiyogita 2023 via video message today. The Prime Minister said that it was a special feeling to be able to connect with the participants of the Games competition. Modi said, and I quote, "It is very important for the development of any society that sports and players get the opportunity to flourish there," unquote. He further highlighted the contributions of small towns in making the country a startup hub.
आपसे जुड़ना मेरे लिए बहुत ही विशेष है। देश में खेलों के लिए ये महीना बड़ा शुभ है। हमारे खिलाड़ियों ने एशियन गेम्स में मेडल की सेंचुरी लगा दी है। इन आयोजनों के बीच अमेठी के खिलाड़ियों ने भी खेलों में अपनी प्रतिभा का प्रदर्शन किया है। सांसद खेल कूद प्रतियोगिता में शामिल हुए सभी खिलाड़ियों को मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। इस प्रतियोगिता से आपको जो नई ऊर्जा और आत्मविश्वास मिला है उसे आप भी महसूस करते होंगे, पूरे क्षेत्र के भी लोग महसूस करते होंगे और मैं तो सुन करके ही महसूस करने लग जाता हूं। इसी जोश और आत्मविश्वास को हमेशा हमेशा के लिए संभालना है।
In a positive development, the first flight under Operation Ajay carrying 212 Indian nationals from Israel arrived at the Delhi airport today morning. Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar was present at the airport and received the Indian nationals who arrived from Israel. It may be mentioned that the flight to facilitate the return of Indian citizens from Israel left from the Ben Gurion airport in Tel Aviv yesterday evening. Meanwhile, the Indian embassy in Israel has already announced a second flight for today and has sent out email registrations to leave on a first-come, first-served basis.
Our government, our Prime Minister is determined to protect them, bring them back home safely, and I'm very glad this plane load of students and Indians have managed to fly back safely. And I think in a lot of ways we are deeply grateful to our Prime Minister and of course everybody involved, the Minister Jaishankar, the team at the External Affairs Ministry, the flight crew of this Air India flight for making this possible, for bringing our children back home safely and soundly and back home to their loved ones. And this is certainly something that is a signature of our government, that we leave no Indian behind in harm's way.
Time now for a short commercial break. More stories to follow. Stay tuned.
You work too hard. Work smart like me.
Why? Won a lottery, is it?
You can say so. I'm investing in a great scheme in the share market. High returns guaranteed.
Your high returns aren't Karan Arjun for them to definitely come to you.
Meaning?
Dad, there's risk involved in the share market. Nobody can promise guaranteed high returns. It's illegal to do so.
Really?
Yeah.
सोच कर, समझ कर, invest कर.
Welcome back. In Sikkim, 82 people have been evacuated so far today from Lachen and Pegong to Ringim helipad in Mangan. These include 29 tourists, 30 local residents and 23 laborers. As part of the transportation of essentials, an Indian Air Force helicopter took 2 sorties, landing at Burtuk helipad in Gangtok. Fresh vegetables and dry ration along with fuel were airlifted from Burtuk helipad to Pegong and Lachung in North Sikkim in these sorties. Meanwhile, the completion of a bamboo suspension footbridge across the Tista River connecting Zongu in Sankalang and Mangan district will accelerate the evacuation process. In view of the upcoming assembly elections in various states of the country, notifications are issued today for single-phase assembly elections in Mizoram and first phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh. Elections for the 40-member assembly seats in Mizoram will be held on 7th November and 90-member assembly seats in Chhattisgarh on 7th and 17th November. Counting of votes will take place on 3rd December for both of the states. Meanwhile, in Mizoram, the NGOs and political parties of the state jointly wrote a letter to the Election Commission of India urging it to reschedule the counting date for the upcoming Mizoram legislative election. They stated that the scheduled date for counting, which is 3rd of December, falls on a Sunday, which may prove inconvenient. They said as Christianity is the dominant religion in the state, a large percentage of the population attends church services on Sunday. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma inaugurated the first Made in Meghalaya LED assembling unit in Hawakhana today. Taking to his X handle, Sangma said that this initiative is a step ahead towards nurturing an ecosystem for clean energy in the state. He further informed that the initiative is also training young boys and girls assemble the LED bulbs while currently employing 85 of the trainees in the unit, which is also in line with the government's plans for the Chief Minister's solar mission. Sangma encouraged everyone to support the venture by buying the Made in Meghalaya LED bulbs. In another story from the state, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma launched the CM Elevate program for Garo Hills region in Tura today. Taking to his X handle, Sangma said that the CM Elevate program will support over 20,000 entrepreneurs across Meghalaya for the next 5 years with an investment of 300 crore and a financial grant up to 75%. He further added that his government will continue to shape the entrepreneurship ecosystem through the CM's e-Championship initiative, a prime part of the CM Elevate program. Sangma also encouraged the youth to apply for the program. In Tripura, Transport Minister Sushanta Chaudhary said that the international terminal at the Maharaja Bir Bikram Airport will become operational soon with the commencement of the flight between Agartala and Chittagong. Chaudhary said this while addressing a gathering at the distribution of free uniforms among the prepaid auto rickshaw drivers at the airport. He asked the auto drivers to wear their new uniforms regularly, adding that the uniforms will be provided annually by the Transport Department. The minister also appealed to the auto rickshaw drivers to be kind and humble towards passengers arriving from outside.
রাজ্য পুলিশ থেকে এখানে পুলিশ পার্সোনাল নিয়োগ করে এই এয়ারপোর্টের কাজ চালু করতে হবে এবং আমাদের স্বরাষ্ট্র দপ্তর ইতিমধ্যে মিনিস্ট্রি অফ হোম অ্যাফেয়ার্স গভর্নমেন্ট অফ ইন্ডিয়াকে সেই নামের তালিকা পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছে মিনিস্ট্রি অফ হোম অ্যাফেয়ার্স থেকে সিগন্যাল এলেই স্পাইস জেটকে আমরা বছরে 15 কোটি টাকা গ্যাপ ফান্ড দেওয়ার ব্যবস্থা করেছি 3 কোটি 75 লক্ষ টাকা অলরেডি পেইড প্রদান করা হয়ে গেছে স্পাইস জেটকে আরসিএস স্কিমে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল রিজিওনাল কানেক্টিভিটি স্কিম আরসিএস এ আগরতলা এবং চিটাগাং এর সঙ্গে সেই ফ্লাইট সার্ভিস চালু হবে এবং সেই দিন দূর নয় আপনারা দেখবেন
In ICC Cricket World Cup, New Zealand were 27 for the loss of 1 wicket in 9 overs against Bangladesh at the Chipok Stadium in Chennai till the last reports came in. Earlier put into bat, Bangladesh had set a target of 246 runs against New Zealand, losing 9 wickets in the stipulated 50 overs. New Zealand had won the toss and decided to field. New Zealand has already won 2 matches and Bangladesh won in the World Cup. Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha attended the final match of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee knockout football tournament at Jolaibari in South Tripura yesterday. Taking to his X handle, Saha said that he was glad to see the outstanding skills of the young footballers during the match. He said such tournaments will encourage the youth towards sports. Saha further awarded the players of both the teams. The Meghalaya State Disaster Management Authority organized a mock earthquake preparedness exercise in all the 12 districts of the state. The exercise aimed to test the disaster response preparedness of the district administration and other stakeholders involved in disaster management. Meanwhile, in Shillong, the activity was carried out in and around Polo area. And in Jawai, the mock drill was held at various locations, including Bharat Petrol Pump and Mission Compound. The exercise also took place in southwest Garo Hills. To end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 9th G20 Parliamentary Speakers Summit, says this is a time for peace and brotherhood. First flight under Operation Ajay carrying 212 Indian nationals from Israel arrives at Delhi Airport this morning. ECI issues notification for assembly elections in Mizoram and first phase assembly elections in Chhattisgarh. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma inaugurates first Made in Meghalaya LED assembling unit. Encourage everyone to buy Made in Meghalaya LED bulbs. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh sets target of 246 runs against New Zealand at Chipok Stadium in Chennai. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.